Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about why we need more supercar collectible collaborations. We'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, man, I need to turn this volume down. That was loud. Okay, was it loud for you guys? Let me know. Uh, hey, everybody, welcome back. Have you missed me? It has been a crazy it's been a week and something now. I'm in the middle of doing some stuff in real estate and kind of figure some things out. So I try to shove something in. I'm going to have a show today and then tomorrow. The hope is we're going to have around noon. It's going to be Joseph Tebow of Executive Auto Transport to come in and talk about some of the transport options out there. But I had this show, I lined it all up, I did all the design work, and I was like, you know what? I got to get it going. So, one thing that, as always, I'm your host, Primo. If you want to check me out, I have Instagram. Everything is VIP Primo. So, everywhere you need to go. And as always, if you guys need to visit us, remember it's executive automotive society.com. Website's doing great. I really love doing it with the new setup, being able to share a ton of stuff. The video. I think Saturday at noon we're going to have the live show of Cars and Cappuccino. Well, it's not going to be live. It's going to be the coverage we have for Cars and Cappuccino at BMW Peabody. So that event was amazing. I can't wait to show that to you. So that'll be on the YouTube page exclusively. I don't know if we can put it in any other position. I probably should contact Spotify and see if they'll let us put those shorter videos because they're about 6 minute long, but they're fun to do. But so I'll show you some of the things that we're working on. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, 22 Rally, June 24th through the 26th. It's something that we have once a year. I think this is the 7th one we've done, and it's supporting veterans. There's only 1 year that was missed because of the pandemic that happened. So, it happens, and a lot of people had to cancel their stuff. But it was, regardless, it's always a great event. So I think we're really close, probably maybe about 10 spots left for cars. So if that's something you're looking to get into, it's definitely take a look at. It's 22rally.org. It is really easy to remember. So check that out. And also, we also got designed our first. Now, the thing is, we talked about collective collaborations. We just got done with our first shirt design with the awesome car in the front, displaying the logo there, the shield. It is a ring spun cotton. It's a very soft cotton. So I really can't wait to put that on the website. We just got it back. So that was the thing is I wanted to show you guys that Silver City Soapworks. Can't wait. And that's the other thing is I have to remember that we do have our collector soap that was worked with Silver City Soapworks to make that an amazing soap. I got to test it out myself, and it is absolutely awesome. Gold leaf soap. So it is awesome. So what are we going to be talking about today? I want to talk about some automotive collaboration. So what's happening in the automotive world right now? If you're not paying attention, it's something that's really kind of taken the waves out right now, is that a lot of these automotive brands want to find a way to get people not just in their showrooms. The idea of the old showroom concept is pretty much gone now, especially with the higher end supercar and luxury stuff. And everybody's getting on board now. Why are they getting on board? Well, because it's just a smart thing to do. If you want to make a good collaboration, if you want to make a good showing, you want something where people don't show up to your showroom and they're not pressurized to purchase stuff. But you do want to, you don't want to have something that's just a room with your car and a TV. Nobody's going to show up. So there has to be something or a reason for these people to show up at these events. Oh yeah, Marcelo, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Right back at you, man. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, they want to find something that it's going to grab people, that's going to get their attention. So what I want to do is I looked into some of the old brand products that they've kind of introduced over the years. And there's some guys that are doing this really well. Some guys that are, they're still in the workings to see what those collaborations are. But remember that these are things that are available already out there. I got some of it from 2021, some of the stuff that's coming up this year. So we have an item, at least one item on here that hasn't actually been introduced yet, and is still waiting. So, and then we have one that we're going to be unveiling later, but not on this show. So, but yeah, we'll do an unveiling with it later. I'm hoping you can have time for it next week. So yeah, so the thing is we buy stuff. I don't know if you see right here, but I get if I can put it up there, my Ferrari watch that I have, that was probably my first one that I ever bought. And if you ever go to a dealership, like people, I don't know if you guys realize this, you go to Lamborghini, if you go to Ferrari, if you go to all these different brands, Bugatti, like Miller Motor Car in Greenwich, Connecticut. Love going there. They have the Pagani polos, and obviously they're not the cheapest polos, but they are the awesomest, and they definitely have. They're not like normal polos that you're going to buy. Like this thing right here is, even it's a nice brand, their stuff just leaves everything in the dust, and I love buying stuff every time I go down. It's just a joy. And the thing is it's so funny because you go to like a retail location and you get treated kind of like retail. But then you go to this place and it's like, hey, we sell Bugattis. So, and we sell Paganis, and some places sell Koenigseggs. It's like, here's an item, and look at how awesome this thing looks. And they do, they're really collectible, and you don't realize it when Koenigsegg, up in, I'm going to say the wrong place here, but anyway, it's in Massachusetts, northern Massachusetts, and also the McLaren dealership. When they went in there, that was the first thing. They had these awesome shirts that they made, and we were able to get some of those. So it's a whole different thing about the way they treat you as a customer, and it also allows you to be, you like your stuff, and you want to have something that's specific to that brand. But some guys, like you said, if you buy something like a Bugatti, you want something that's specific to that brand. So like I said, if they're going to do these designer little interiors and they already have the stuff available, so why not make these showrooms literally like hangout spots? Then they're going to need stuff. So we're going to go over some things here that I saw that I was like, this jumped out to me to be able to offer to the customers that would make me go, I'm going to go up to the showroom, not looking at a car. I'm just going to go up, maybe look at some stuff, and then jump into one of these collaborative efforts. So the first one I want to show you, and I gotta say, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, was the IXO Bugatti pool table. It's the name of IXO is Iconic Extreme Objects. And this actually has a blue carbon fiber print in it. This thing retails for $300,000. Now, I did an event with my friend a while back. He actually put it together, but there was carbon fiber pool tables, and they did it with Aston Martin, and it was amazing. I just think the idea of having a pool table, both the idea of if you have a gathering area that people are going to hang out in, I think a pool table is just one of the best areas. And to be able to have something not only that is a pool table that you can play on, to have one there that you can actually play, but to actually be able to sell this pool table to your clients and to have it. There's certain things that we as car guys like, and the words like carbon fiber, titanium, lightweight, extremely cool, just items that really jump out at you. And that was something that really just kind of, I don't know, it kind of played into me. I was just like, this is really cool. So that was the thing is if have a pool table in your showroom, that is just amazing. So that would change the way I looked at showrooms. If I went into any showroom and said, oh, look, there's a pool table here, we can play pool while we're looking at a car, waiting for stuff to get to them. It's the other thing when you're buying a car, sometimes things take time. So being able to hang out and be able to do that is amazing. So the next one we got, and this is the Gillette Labs Bugatti shaver. This is actually a heated shaver. It's in agile blue, which is it's BLEU. Everybody's got to do things different, but it has a magnetic wireless charger dock. So this is a wireless heated shaver for guys. And I just think that's one of the coolest things ever. Like, wow, man, the Bugatti really brings the heat when it comes to some of their products. But yeah, this is a collaboration again with Gillette. I did actually had back in the day, back when collaborations were a little bit more selective and it was very tough to get a hold of some. I actually had the saline version of their razors, and that was more of a a simple setup that they had going on, but it was a really cool one. And to be able to have that collectible and say, hey, here's your saline and this is it. And I don't think you could buy them in stores. You could only get them at the stuff. But if you guys know about those, let me know. I think that's just something. Shavers have become more and more popular recently, and I would love to see more of those items collaboratively come out and do that. Like not just with Bugatti, but anybody can do something like that and sell it locally or have something in a display that's well beyond it. So the next up will be, which I love this one to death. This is Jacob and Company's the Bugatti Watch. This replicates their 16-cylinder engine. And just look at that thing. Everything in that watch moves. And the thing was, we're actually going to see a couple of different watches that are in here because these things are just amazing for watches. Watches just seems to be something that mixes well when it comes to collectible cars and that kind of thing. I think everybody wants a watch, but I think the idea of picking the watch is very, very important to the brand itself. So for instance, Ferrari has done more they've jumped into doing the whole thing about looking a certain way and having the outfits and all that and selling a fashion statement when it comes to their brand. And I think that's something that, it's very easy to mix the two together, I think. But the thing that people may not want the coats, or they may not, maybe they want a racing jacket. Maybe they're not into fashion. Maybe just like driving your car, but there always is a place for watches, which I think is pretty crazy that we just identify with watches when it comes to it. And a lot of car guys do. So, and even if they don't, there's a chance that they could get into it just to have the collective material for it. So, Silver City, we used to be testers for their Razor products in early 2002. That's awesome. So yeah, I more of those cool items. So let me make sure I have the right one here. So this was something I'm going to say this. Hopefully I say this right. Eclipse Mclaren Earbuds. And by the way, I think if I said that before, the Bugatti watch was $1.5 million limited edition. But anyway, the Eclipse Mclaren Earbuds, these are $349. They have carbon fiber, and the case around them is actually looks like a tire, which I think is great. And what more can you ask for when it comes to branding? Like you have something and you say, hey, I'm gonna put these earbuds in, and I drive a McLaren and I have my McLaren earbuds and I pop those in my ear, and now I'm right on board with it. So that's something that I just, like I said, these brands, they really got to think of it. Earbuds, man, how simple is that? Watches, cars, and definitely my favorite. I agree wholeheartedly with that. So yeah, so what do we got? So we did the Eclipse McLaren earbuds. How simple is that? Earbuds, come on, guys. And this one, take a look at this. When we come back to watches, when it comes to Rolls-Royce wants to have something that is literally at that next level. So the Rolls-Royce, and hopefully I'm going to say this right, Beauvais 1822. This timepiece goes along with their boat tail vehicle. And if you've ever seen the boat tail is just all money. Like that car is just, if you have to even think about money, it is not the right car for you. But their boat feel or yacht feel when it comes to their, especially like the Phantom drop head, was just amazing. If you haven't had a chance to see one, I recommend going in and checking one out because it is a one of a kind setup. Uses the same piece of wood throughout it, and their timepiece really did accentuate that feel of, the spirit of ecstasy, something completely new and different. I would think that you could wear that piece anywhere, but it makes me wonder if with the prices that some of these things go for, if people don't just get them to collect and maybe sell down the road. So I don't know, but they're amazing pieces. Anybody out there that's used something like this, watch should be an option for you. And then next would be the IWC. This is, I'm going to try to say it, Schaffhausen, and it goes with Mercedes AMG. It's a timepiece. This is a pilot watch chronograph. Has a titanium case and carbon fiber dials. The carbon fiber look in that is just one of a kind of amazing. I love the wrist strap to that. That thing is just amazing and just killer. Like, one of a kind. And like I said, we're going to see a lot of watches in the list, and it is what it is because, like I said, a lot of these guys love the watch stuff, and I think it goes a long way. It's funny, I can't think enough of the different items that people offer. One thing that we didn't have in the list that kind of kills me because I have a couple of pairs of them is these matches when it comes to glasses or like sunglasses. I have at least a pair of the different Ferrari style glasses or Ferrari style sunglasses that are absolutely perfect. They accentuate anything red carbon fiber. I think I don't see enough of those. I think I saw something when it came to, I think Lamborghini may have done something in the past, but Ferrari was really killing it when it came to the fashion side of things. So I wish I had more of those in here, but it really didn't. I didn't have a good place to go by. I think it's funny. My wife actually has her prescription glasses are actually Ferrari glasses, and I think they worked with Oakley on that. But they had some stuff from Ray-Ban, they had some stuff from Oakley. There was all different brands that they've worked with together to make some products that are very unique and stylish, specifically for what they do. And I just think you can't go wrong with it. I think that people do want to socialize and have a community when it comes to cars. And this is something I've talked about in the past, and I really have never been able to get anybody on board with it. But once they kind of hear the pitch, they say it. But being able to say, I'm not just going to the collector clubs and stuff like that. They're okay. But I really like the idea of having, and I don't want to say, maybe I'll say a bar. Maybe I'll say something like a climate where we go to this area, we sit down together, we have a drink or we have some food, we talk about our cars. Somebody brings out some cigars, somebody brings out, and we'll be with that in a second, but brings out some wine or something unique, or even says, you know what, you can have the normal stuff or you can have something that's collector stuff. If you've ever seen I think it's the carbon wine or carbon black wine that had, they mixed with Bugatti, did a lot of collabs with the Chiron. So those choices were just amazing. So if you hadn't had a chance to look those up, look it up. But be able to have a place to sit down together and not just with a dealership mindset. I always want to say put the dealership in a different building and then have the Lamborghini studio. And that's something that they have in New York. And I'm hoping that it really takes off because it was really an incredible setup every time I saw it. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a good idea. Would love to see it happen. See, that's the thing is they are trying stuff, but that's the thing is I don't think people have really understood that Porsche and other brands, and like I said, I want to see Ferrari get involved with it. I want to see kind of a mix together, and maybe even, and that would be something, a third party kind of set up, and that's something I'd like to do with our brand as well, is have a place that all of us guys can go to. That's not just, I don't want to be, people say this club mentality, and you guys want your clubs, I'm all for them. Have your support groups that come together. Even if it's, you're offering items, or, we offer shirts, put some stuff up. We have, I think it's the group is called 0 to 60 ish. And they just put up their items, and it's a group of 4 or 5 guys, and they want to do some stuff with apparel around the love of their cars. And man, more power to you, buddy. I think that is amazing. I want to do something that is not specific to a club. I want it so that any club can come in and just enjoy all the different products and kind of see those collaborations come together and say, hey, you know what? You want to buy this just bottle of wine? It's like, $146,000 or something like that. Or you can just get the normal bottle if you want. So yeah, the next one, how can you go wrong? Porsche design for their GT4 RS Cayman. That's this is their chronograph. It comes in 2 packages, and it's made of lightweight titanium. How can you, like, seriously, if I'm going to look at a product and I'm going to say, hey, I'm getting my new Porsche 718 GT4 RS. If you haven't looked at the car, the thing is amazing. Probably one of the best. It's the first time that I think they did just kind of said, they're getting ready to make the electric, and they might as well just put the heaviest handed car engine inside the Cayman, which is an amazingly balanced vehicle to boot. But to be able to put one of these together and say, I'm going to buy the watch and I'm going to buy the car. And now you have, you have this is my weekend setup. It's where I'm going to look when I drive out during the weekend. I think it's worth it, and even if I didn't really think about it, if it was there and I'm looking at the car and go, hey, you know what? How about one of these? I think you'd have to at least consider it. Now, one thing that we were talking about before was distilleries, wines, that kind of stuff. This is the Aston Martin Bowmore Distillery. This is a $300 bottle of single whiskey. It's their 21-year-old single malt. The taste for it is supposed to be, it's described as sweet and warm. And they have Aston has always had kind of a balance. So they want to find a balance to their perfection. And I think that being able to offer something like that, they're not the only company. Bugatti did something like this. Aston's done something like this. Lamborghini has wine. I want to do a taste. I want to get some of the Lamborghini guys to do a taste test on the wine stuff that we got. We did get a bottle of it. They sent it out to us. I haven't had a chance to do anything with it yet, but I definitely want to get some of those guys. So if you Lamborghini guys are listening out there, let's get together and do like a taste test on it and see what everybody thinks. Because that's the thing is we as car guys, a lot of these people get into this stuff. They get very deep into looking at the products and saying, okay, I understand the single product. We as car guys, we don't kind of specificate, if you will, on what product that we say we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We just want something that we like, and we have specific kind of tastes that we like. So that's the thing is I would love to get a little bit more involved in knowing all the different things. I've yet to see a cigar collaboration, so that would be interesting. But yeah, it'd be good to see where they move forward with this. So this right here, Aston Martin with Gerard Perigo. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. This is a $146,000 timepiece. It's a Tourbillon with 3 bridges. It's a 44 millimeter grade S titanium watch. Wow. That is distinct, and it definitely screams Aston Martin. I think that when you're selling a vehicle like an Aston Martin and you have a person, and that'll be something that'll come up in the next item that we kind of list over here. But when you're listing something, or you saying, hey, I'm going to buy a watch or something, one of the things that we did was we actually had a collaboration with a suit company. So when we sold cars, we had suits that people could have designed specifically for them, and it would be designed around their vehicle. So if you bought the vehicle, you came in, you could buy the additional suit at a discounted rate, and then you got the suit and you had it made up, and it would basically be your car. So, reverse stitching, any of that kind of stuff. It's just a different world for cars. And you'd be amazed at how many people would just be like, I can do that. Like, to be able to drive out in your Bentley or your Rolls, or even Mercedes and brands like that. I mean, we're not talking crazy out there when it comes to a suit. These guys want to look the part. So that's the thing is buy something that you get a watch, you get a suit, you get everything, and it matches your vehicle. And when you go out to do that night out on the town or whatever, when you want to show off your car, to actually have the outfit that goes with it. Incredible. Guys, come on. This is, if you're an automaker out there and you're not paying attention to this, you need to turn up the dial, because we're talking big things here. And it's, if you're not paying attention to it, you're about to get left behind some of the brands that will take advantage of this stuff. And this is not the last time we've preached it, or not the first time, and it won't be the last time either. So this is the one that kind of hurt me. I've obviously worked with Bentley before, and I have to say that it was a joy to work with them. And I did not even know that Breitling was separate from Bentley. I just thought they were one brand. Well, this is their final watch. It was actually released, I think, in 2021. This was the end of a 19-year partnership. This is the Premier B21 Chronograph Tourbillon 42 Bentley limited edition watch. And we're going to talk about stuff like people getting together and being a company that says, hey, I'm going to offer a watch and I'm going to offer the vehicle. But Breitling and Bentley have just been two almost like best of buddies. Like I said, I didn't even realize that they were two separate brands when I first got into it. They were all, they had the watch inside of the the centerpiece of the vehicle. So didn't matter if you had, you get into a car today and you get this numb digital readout that tells you what time it was. You get into a Bentley and it didn't matter if it was the Super Sport or V12, V8, whatever it was, you got in and you had a real timepiece in the center that told you the time. Man, it was just a different kind of experience to be able to look at that and say, I mean, look at that thing. That's an amazing watch. And if you guys are listening on the podcast right now, look Breitling up. It is an incredible setup. And that thing is just knowing that, that partnership kind of went away after these years. I just hope that we could do something where we have, these new areas that we bring stuff back. And here we go. We got Breitling, Bentley, come on, they got to make a comeback. So, let's hope to it. But yeah, that's still amazing watches. I would always consider one just because of being a fan of cars. So that says it all. So the next up now, Lambo is going to kill it with this run right here. Really some of the best stuff out here. This is the Lamborghini Squadra Corsa Master Dynamic Mantis Green Collection. That's a livery so if you know Squadra Corsa, it's their racing team. The MW65 wireless headphone. They also have an earbud version that's available. But that's the thing is these are just brands and they had the Lamborghini logo on them. It just changed the game. Like you were a Lamborghini guy, like, hey, if I'm going to get a set of headphones, I get the race team. That's it. One of the best things I ever loved buying was my race outfit for the Squadra Corsa stuff. And I was amazed at basically how easy it was to get the actual race outfit with the number and everything. And it just kind of led me into supporting the team more and more because you're wearing the stuff and you love the product and you realize how much of it was intertwined. The other thing is Lambo used to work with the Asus laptops. I actually have use an Asus laptop. And I love their products. I didn't get the Lamborghini one. I don't remember why. I think we lost it, but it was still available at some point, and maybe I'll go back and get one. But I need something to live stream, obviously, so it's got to keep up. But their Lamborghini laptops were just amazing back in the day, and I would love to see that collaboration come back together and be able to say, hey, I got this thing. Here's my logo on it, and be something specific to them. The other thing that I saw a while back too was, and I forgot who did it, was the phone pieces. People were doing phones that were specific. The problem was they were very archaic. Like it's very hard to do stuff where you work with, say, iPhone, Android, that kind of thing, to make a watch. Make a phone right now. So it'd be something that I would like, hey, how do we do this? How do we capture that old thing and bring it back? I'm sure iPhone would have something, but I don't know if it would catch on as much as it would be the way it was back in the day with the flip phones. I forgot who did it, but they had like a lamp. It was an encrusted jewel phone, and it was like basically like a razor, but it had the stuff that it was. So basically, like by carbon fiber with diamonds encrusted in it or something like that. And it was definitely not a cheap phone by any means. And the funny thing is smartphones had already taken off and kind of left it behind. So I always wondered how that one did. So this is something that hasn't come out yet, but the Lamborghini Secret Labs gaming chair. Now I love using, and I've used them both in my office and in just regular life. I love the gaming chairs and the idea of you can kind of have that racing seat feel without all the other stuff to it. So this one's going to come in too with the Pinnacle Edition. It'll be an Alcantara exterior, like the Alcantara finish, and it'll actually have carbon fiber plating in some of the pieces of it. So you're actually going to get a crazy one. Now, I don't know when Secret Labs is going to release this. They let me know that they were going to release it and that there were plans to bring it down the road. But that thing is, I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm on the updated list and I know I'm going to get it. So I just wanted to add that here because I think it's, more of these chairs, folks. I mean, look at the thing behind me with the whole diamond stitching, the whole 9 yards. I had something that was specific for what I wanted to do, and I just loved it. If you're looking for that, you can go over to executiveautomotivesociety.com/products. And that's the thing is where, let me make sure I'm on the right link here too. Of course, it doesn't help me to go there really fast, does it? I want to make sure I got the link. Yeah, products. Is it with an S? Yeah, products. So if you go over there and you go into the product section, we'll actually have, you can see the gaming chair that we have, which is Downix, the one I use right now. I did have another chair that we worked with in the past that was really nice. But unfortunately, they don't make that one anymore. So I had to take it down. It's kind of a bummer. But but yeah, I love these chairs. You don't realize they have all the support structure for if you're sitting at your desk for a long time. And that thing is when you're doing these podcasts and doing stuff, you have to build them, and I have to sit at my desk. So it's like, it's a beating. But that's the thing is if you have the right chair, it is so enjoyable to sit at it and, just take a load off. You can. Hey, my buddy Kevin Keith. Thanks, this is the guy that actually helped me design the logos for one of our other businesses. Probably one of the best photographers out there. I love seeing him come out to stuff. He says, "You continue to amaze me, big guy." I'm doing my best to amaze you as much as possible. I know it's very difficult because you have very high standards, but I'm going to do my best. Fair enough. And I always can't wait to see you at a show, man. So yes, bring it out. Keep bringing the pictures. Maybe at some point we'll have another photography one. That was a very successful show, and bring you on, and you can talk about your photography history because you've been me and him kind of followed the same kind of thing. Like we were in BMW, we did some stuff on the Lamborghini Bentley Rolls, and then he even went over to I never went into kind of the collector car trading world, if you will. I think I probably should. Maybe I should just try it out for a little bit. But doing like kind of dealerships that didn't sell new, they sold collector cars. And he photographed inventory and then would go to shows on the weekend. He also does the aerial stuff, so seeing the planes and taking the pictures of the planes. That I don't know how to. I'm amazed that anybody can get good pictures of photos because those plane things are very tough to photograph. So good job, man. I'll catch up with your ability at some point. But yeah, so the next one, and this is we're gonna kind of end with this one. This is one of my favorites, and we're gonna have two things here. But Lamborghini went with Roger Dubuis when it came to making watches. And they made these watches specific for the brands and the cars that they made. And I'm just going to say, wow. Like I had watches that I liked, and everybody obviously said Rolex and this kind of thing. And yeah, I have like the Daytona. I was a big fan of the Daytona. I like that stuff. But these watches that really just identify with brands, the Aston Martin one did really well. There were some other brands that I kind of like. Hublot, I think, did some stuff with Ferrari, or Hublot, or however you pronounce it. They did some stuff with those cars, and they did an astounding job. I was really amazed at what their stuff was. But yeah, like I said, it's the no frill stuff that really amazes me. The metallic feel, but with a lot of comfort. And I really think that they kind of made their aces with this one, which was they made this one specifically for the launch of the Countach, and they only made 8 pieces of this watch, and it was $815,000. And I'm telling you, if you put this on your arm, you never want to take it off. I am just amazed at that quality and ability, and they still kind of are going into my favorite. And the thing is everybody talks to me about these, use titanium or use carbon fiber, use all this stuff. At the end of the day, when I look at a piece like that and I can put it on my arm and literally go anywhere with it, it matches my car, and it is just it's like a holiday to wear it. The piece that they gave me, I forgot which one that was, but they had the one piece that I put on my arm, and like I said, it was very tough to take it off, other than saying they had to pay that price tag. So $815,000 is quite a bit, but and I wasn't ready for that yet. So I mean, like, there are cars out there that don't make that price range, but yeah, for the price of it's a very expensive one. But you can actually get Roger Dubuis watches that are just fall right into that area. And they don't have to be as high end as that, if you will, or that high of the price tag. But yeah, they were just absolutely amazing to be on my arm. They really just fit my brand. I'm starting to be a brand that I kind of I want to say identify with. And the idea that they identify with probably my favorite car brand, which is Lamborghini, was absolutely a twofer for me. I just can't go wrong when you do two in a row. So, but this last one, this is the finisher. And the reason I'm finishing with this is because I've actually bought one. And we're going to be sharing this out and doing an unboxing with it. And that is the Cross Ferrari pins. These say I'm absolutely amazed by what I'm seeing so far. And the problem is that I haven't seen everything that they have to offer with this. So I don't know. I'm doing that one. And then I have this. This is the because they have the 3 different options. I ended up getting the one on the far left there. I hope it's far left on your screen, but with that kind of carbon fiber feel to it. And that thing, wow. I cannot wait to unbox this. I still have it in the package. I got it at the beginning of the week, but like I said, I got really busy and I wasn't able to open it yet. So, but we're going to do an unboxing with that. We're going to do something where you guys can check it out. It is going to be absolutely amazing. So, yeah, look for the unboxing. Hopefully that'll be next week. Like I said, we got 22 Rally coming up. We got some stuff going on this weekend. And don't forget to tune in Saturday. And again, like I said, tomorrow, Joseph Tebow from Executive Auto Transport. We're going to have him on tomorrow at noon. And that's the thing is, I'm sorry that we don't have a perfect schedule for the show right now. I'm really working on it. I would like to do a show a day or 3 a week or whatever, but it really will be based on having the guests to come on and show off the stuff. So if we have the guests and we have the stuff, if you're out there and you're a retailer and you work in kind of the high-end supercar stuff, we're definitely interested in having you on. We want you to come on and talk about your products. We had RPM dent repair. We had our boy Justin Sherwood from Final Inspection Detail. And then we had, PD Design for the wraps, just to come in and talk about their products. And it was just amazing to be able to share this stuff and kind of help everybody, enlighten them where to go with it. So it was amazing. We're going to have more of that coming down the pipe here. So I want you guys to just keep like and subscribe. Remember that I love when you share stuff, and don't forget to comment in the comments below. Thank you for giving me input on the chats here. So I got one more chat here, I think. And there. Epic. You made it right in time for us to end, buddy. But yeah, that's the thing is make sure you go back. You can take a look at this when we're done. But that is the show for today. Like, this is going to be a short one today. It'll do about 20 minutes less than what we normally do. But regardless, it was a fun show. I hope you learned something. I hope you look at your automotive places, find out if there's places where they have showrooms to hang out and enjoy some of the products they have. Remember, there's a lot of stuff like models, Legos, that kind of stuff that are collaborations. I think a lot of people don't realize are available for their favorite brands, and the dealerships already have them available. So yeah, just because you can't afford a Ferrari or you can't afford a Lambo doesn't mean you can't afford something cool with the logo on it, and give yourself some motivation to make it to that next level and get yourself in the business and the mindset to make it so that you too can make it to the level that you need to buy that next car and have that goal. Thank you guys for tuning in. Did a great show today. We'll see you next time. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, just keep rolling.